Hi.
Hello, Denise. Hello, Trudy, Natalie, Marcia.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Karen.
Hello, Raymond. Hello, Raymond.
Hello, hello. Oh, what a pretty blouse, Marcia.
Oh, thank you.
Look at all my early birds. Wow.
Don't let
Still
him miss a
have
minute.
a few minutes to go, and people are pouring in. That's wonderful. So, Iris, you just have to wait another 10 years or so before you can enroll this new one?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
Mary Elaine, hello.
Hi, Raymond. How are you?
Wonderful. Why don't you tilt your screen because you look like a midget. There you go. Now you're a real person.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. Hello, Vivian. Every time I see someone like Vivian, whom I already know, but she's in Young Living enrolled by somebody else, I say, darn, I should have more courage.
Did you get your athlete to sign up?
I did indeed.
Congratulations.
Gold medalist and a double
Yes.
world record holder
For what? What sport?
in the hurdles, the high hurdles.
Oh, God. Those are difficult.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He's the only person ever in history in a sprint track event to qualify for 5 consecutive Olympics.
Wow.
Are you running with him, Raymond?
Yeah, right. In my dreams. In my dreams.
Oh, my gosh.
So is it only women I attract? Goodness gracious.
Yes, it is.
What a, oh, thank you. One man is here. Thank gosh. Brian, thank you for joining us. We're all alone in a sea of women.
Woohoo!
Really?
So did your friend win medals in the high hurdles in 5 Olympics?
No, but he, there's my wife saying hello. He won gold medal in his final one when he was a grandfather. And he set 2 world records in track. One of them has lasted for 40 years, which is itself a record. There's no other track world record that has ever stood for 40 years.
Wow.
That's incredible.
It is. It's an amazing guy. And when I told him that I had a nutritional supplement to tell him about, he said, Raymond, do you know how many people pitch nutritional supplements to me? And I said to myself, I'm going to enroll this guy anyways.
Good for you.
Okay. Ship me a month's supply. Let me see what happens. But he did. He did. So it is now 2 minutes after. Okay, so I'm going to get started. If you look at Dream Big Academy, you don't have to do it right now, but if you do, you'll see my latest post is 2 pages long, and it's basically everything I'm going to be teaching. So there is a Word document on Dream Big Academy, and you can review it later. Also, I'm recording this and I'll be posting it on Dream Big Academy so that you can review what you heard and you can also see in writing what I've spoken about. So I just want to start with one thing, and that's your participation. What do you want to get out of this presentation? You're going to invest an hour or an hour and a half. What do you want to get out of it? Just unmute yourself and start talking.
Lead generation for the products.
Yes, I'm not going to teach lead generation. I will not tell you how to get leads. I'm going to talk to you what happens when you start a Young Living presentation. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mary. That's outside the scope.
Well, Raymond, I'll go. This is Joby. Hi.
Hi, Joby.
Hi. What I want to learn about is how you talk to people and help them get started so quickly. It seems like when you get them started, it's not just the premium starter kit, but it's additional pieces, and not just with this abundance experience, but something we can do consistently so that we're actually getting more OGV when we actually talk to them and they're ready to get started. It's not like 2 or 3 phone calls, and it seems like you're doing it pretty easily.
Yeah. So Joby, I will teach you that, but I'm not going to teach you how to add extra pieces, plural. I'm going to teach you how to add one extra piece.
That's great.
So my clients start with 100 as a premium starter kit and then 130 for Ningxia juice, nothing else.
Okay.
And that's why they get 230. Now, you might say, why aren't you pushing the abundance experience? And the answer is, some of the products are available in Canada. Some of the products are available in the United States. Some aren't available unless you hit the shop button. And I can't handle that. When I'm doing a presentation, I can't say, well, go here to get this oil. But then if you can't, after I hang up, go to the US shop and get this oil. It's too confusing.
Right. I forgot. You're in Canada.
Well, but even in the States, you can't get all the products.
You actually can. You just, when you're doing it when you make a purchase, you can do it all at once with the PSK. The shop is only for people that are already members. I do it all at once when they sign up.
You're smarter than me. I don't know how to do it. And I don't want to sit there for half an hour while I say, now click on this oil and then find this oil and then find that oil and then find this oil. I don't want to do that.
Okay, perfect.
So once they're in, I tell them about the abundance experience.
Awesome.
But
Thank you.
I want to streamline it.
I love that. I want to learn from you.
Into supreme efficiency. My
Okay.
presentation is 18 minutes long, and then the entire process of enrolling them from the time they say yes is about 6 minutes long, period, and I'm off.
Okay, great. All right.
So my
I want to
mom,
learn to close, Raymond.
yes, Peter, I will teach you how to close, and the way I'm going to teach you is it has to already be closed by the time you get to your close. I'm going to teach you how the answer is already yes before you ask the closing question.
Perfect.
And what I was going to say before to Joby and to everyone is my model of behavior is Disney. Disney knows crowd control. Disney knows that if there's 1,000 people in a lineup, they better erect those barriers where people wind back and forth, and they better have screens entertaining them along the way. I'm into crowd control. If I can't enroll them in 18 minutes and then place them in 6 minutes, I haven't done my job. I'm not going to spend an hour on them and then a half an hour placing them. I'm not going to do that. Mary Elaine, I don't want you to feel bad. One of the things I do to get leads is Facebook Live. But I do Facebook Live. This is not part of the presentation I'm going to teach, but Mary Elaine asked, so I would like to answer her. I start a Facebook Live on some topic, and I talk about it in some interesting way. And then as if by chance, I say, by the way, I'm feeling so amazing. I'm just, oh my gosh, I just feel so peppy and my blood pressure's down, running for the first 40 years.
Got it. Turn my.
Hold on a second.
No, I'm there. That's all.
Hold on, I'm going to mute everybody. Hold on. Okay, so I say, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so energetic. I'm running for the first time. My blood pressure is down. Oh my gosh, and it's because I'm using this new nutritional product. I hadn't wanted to talk about it, but if you're interested, just email me at this email address and leave your cell phone number and I'll call you back, me personally. And then I go on to talk about the thing that I was supposedly talking about. And I get a flurry of emails saying, what was that nutritional product? I don't say the name. I don't say anything. And then I get several emails.
Thank you.
And then
So I guess you could do that on LinkedIn as well.
I
Somewhat.
don't know. I'm on LinkedIn, but I never use it.
Okay.
I don't know if you can do LinkedIn Live. But you can also do Instagram Live. And so I have a setup here, which you can't see. I've got two goosenecks. Oh, I can show you here. Two goosenecks. You see that? And I put I put an Instagram cell phone here. Yeah. Anyways, I multitask. Okay. So what else? What do you want to get out of this presentation? If it really works for you, what do you want to get? Don't put your hand up. Just unmute yourself and start talking.
Raymond, I'm so grateful. Thank you for your generosity of time and service. So I'd love to know how you help the folks that you're talking to feel seen, heard, and valued. I imagine that quick trust is also what invites them into this, and how they can see the value quickly.
Good. So your question is, how do they feel connected with me? How do I build the trust? And the answer is called prospect engagement. And those are one of the three secrets that I'm going to be telling you about. Prospect engagement. Okay, if you've come late, the first thing I want to tell you is everything that I'm going to say here is being recorded and will be placed on Dream Big Academy as soon as Zoom renders this video. I can post it on Dream Big Academy. And also a typed description of what I'm saying is already on Dream Big Academy. Okay, so let me first start off. I'm not going to be boasting. I want to tell you what these techniques that I'm going to teach you have done for me. Okay, so this is more the results of what I'm going to teach you. It's not boasting. It's just to get you excited to see, oh my gosh, if he can do that, well, then I should be able to do it. 26 years ago, I joined Melaleuca. It's a wonderful company, wonderful CEO, great products. And in my first month, I broke every single record in Melaleuca's record book, every single one. For example, they had been in business 9 years up to that point, and the most that anyone had ever enrolled was 90 people, lifetime cumulative total. Like if you add up everybody they ever enrolled, it was 90, the maximum, the best guy. I enrolled 265 people in my first month. No one had ever been over 100. I've never been under 200. The second highest level that Melaleuca offers is called Senior Director. And if you get there, and it takes 2 years to get there, and only a couple % ever get there, it takes 2 years. I got there inside my first month. No one has ever done that, ever. The highest level of the company is called Executive Director. If you get there, and only 1% get there, it takes 3 years. I got there in my second month. Those records will never, ever be broken. No one is ever even close to those. How the heck did I do that? Also, I joined in May, and the end of June was the end of a 1-year contest. So Melaleuca added up every achievement you had in one entire year. Every time you enrolled a person, every time anyone advanced, every time you advanced, and they added it all up and you got a score. It's a 1-year contest. I was in Melaleuca for 2 months, May and June. And not only was I in the top 10, I was the #1 out of 1 million people in the entire company. And I'm going to teach you how I did that. Now let's skip forward to Young Living. I started middle of May. I was enrolled by Jack Canfield. I enrolled my first person May 15th. And by May 31st, I was a senior leader with 62 people. Why 62? Because my average PV per person was 160, not 100. 160. So instead of needing 100 people to go silver, I only needed 62. Also, the last time I checked, after I had been in Young Living 105 days, I had enrolled 99 people. So it's basically one a day. Furthermore, to get 99 people, I made at most 110 or 120 presentations. So practically everybody enrolls. And my presentation is brief. I've set records in Melaleuca and I've set records in Young Living. And I use exactly the same technique that I'm going to teach you right now. It's not that I'm clever. It's not that my voice is so sweet that they fall under my spell. It's not that. It's not that I'm so handsome. If it were handsome, then Brad Pitt would be a Royal Crown Diamond. It's not handsome. It's not height, for gosh sakes, I'm the shortest guy around. It's just the 3 secrets and the 5 stages. So are you ready? Just nod if you're ready. Okay, good. So I'll either tell you or you can read along in the post that I made just a few minutes ago in Dream Big Academy. Here are my 3 secrets. Secret number 1 is storytelling. I do not deliver any data, not one piece of data. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I want you to do whatever feels right for you. But if I were coaching you and you allowed me to coach you, I would say get rid of every piece of data you got. I don't want to hear, did you know that what sets essential oils apart is that its cells are 125 trillion times smaller than the average cell of a body. That's why they can get in to every single cell. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that the company has one owner and it's been around for 26 years and all those data. I don't want to hear any of it, and I don't divulge any of it. I just tell stories. And if I tell a story about 1 or 2 oils, they typically say, wow, those oils, plural, are amazing. In other words, I don't have to talk about 200 oils. I tell stories about 1 or 2, and that's it. I finish with the oils. The second secret is seed planting. Seed, S-E-E-D hyphen planting. Think of a farmer. A farmer plants the seed for whatever he wants to grow. And then he harvests it in another season. So what do I mean? If he wants to grow radishes, he plants radish seeds and he plants it in one season and he harvests it in another season. Same with you. You're going to hear me say, as I'm talking about the oils, did you know that the company requires you to get a premium starter kit as the way to get started so that everybody starts the same way? It's a dozen of our most popular oils and a diffuser. Now, what seed have I planted? Just talk, just unmute yourself and talk. What seed have I just planted?
That they're going to begin with a starter kit.
That they're going to begin with a starter kit, case closed. So I think it was Peter who said to me, how can you get them to say yes when you close? Well, I don't have to get them to say yes to a premium starter kit because I've already seed planted it. Now, 10, 15 minutes later, when they say, yes, I'm willing to get started, I say, well, everyone gets started with the premium starter kit. And they say, yes, I know. It's it. It's already done. It's completely done. Now, when I talk about the Ningxia Red, I say 9 words. I'm going to tell you the 9 words. You must memorize it. And I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself and say those 9 words. It's just 9 words. It's not Hamlet's soliloquy, which goes on for 15 pages. It's 9 words. It's not that much more than to be or not to be. That's 6 words, and you've already memorized that. So here it is. Write this down. That's why everyone adds Ningxia. That's why everyone adds Ningxia to their first order. That's why everyone adds Ningxia to their first order. How many words is that?
9.
9. Unmute yourself and say it right now. That's why.
That's why everyone
Everyone
adds
adds Ninja to their first order.
Ninja to their first order.
That's
Everyone
why
adds
everyone adds Ninja to their first order.
Yes, you did it very well, but you weren't in time. So let's do it in time. So I'm going to just start you to give you the cadence. Hold on. I'm going to start you to give you the cadence. No, stop. Oh my God. Okay. I want you to do this cadence. That's why everyone. Go ahead.
That's why everyone
Ninja to their first order.
to their first order.
Right. That's why everyone adds Ninja to their first order. Stacy, let's hear it.
That's why everyone adds
Ningxia to their first order.
Right. Now, when you say it as if it's a fact, they'll just nod. And then later, when you're enrolling them and you say, well, everyone starts with the premium starter kit, and they say, oh, yes. And that's your 100 PV, but everyone adds Ningxia to their first order, and they say, oh, yes, I remember that. Yeah. So that's another 130. That's 230. And in Canada, that's 200 plus 160 is 360 Canadian dollars. In the United States, it's 165 plus 135 is 300 US dollars. So just knowing, you just have to memorize those numbers. Okay, so I've told you 2 of my 3 secrets. What's the first secret? Storytelling. Get rid of all your darn data. Nobody cares. Nobody can remember. And the second one is seed planting. And I only plant 2 seeds, the premium starter kit and Ningxia. That's all my seed planting. And the third one is prospect engagement. Prospect engagement. That means keeping the person interested in you. And you probably are in the habit of just broadcasting as if you're a radio station and couldn't care less if anyone's listening, or if they're going to the toilet, or if they're thinking of their sore toe. And you need to stop that. You need to constantly ask little questions throughout. That's why, so the company wants everyone to start with the premium starter kit. It's a variety of about a dozen of our best oils and a diffuser. Do you know what a diffuser is? They say yes. Have you heard of essential oils? Yes. Have you heard of network marketing? Yes. Have you heard of Young Living? No. Have you heard of, I just ask these little tiny questions throughout. If you don't, they won't enroll. If you do, they will enroll. And there's many reasons for it. If you just yatter on for 1 hour as if you don't care about them, because that's the message they're getting, and then at the end say, so do you want to enroll? They'll say, no, screw you, because you've shown no interest in them. You haven't asked them. If there's something they don't understand, you couldn't care less. If there's something they do understand, you don't applaud them, nothing. You don't care about them. When you don't ask questions, the message they get is, you don't care about me. So at the end, when you say, do you want to enroll? No bloody way, you don't care about me. And so you will hear me asking little questions constantly. Does that sound interesting? In fact, if I tell an amazing story about how good an oil is and they don't react, I tell them to react. I say, Stacy, this is a good time where you should say, wow. And then they say, wow. I don't care if it's forced. I demand that they reciprocate, that they respond. Okay, so what's my first secret?
Storytelling.
And my second secret?
Seed
planting.
And I only seed plant 2 things. What's the first thing?
Premium starter kit
And the second thing?
Ningxia.
And what is the 9-word sentence?
That's why everyone
adds Ningxia to their first order.
order.
And what's my third secret?
Prospect
Engagement.
Prospect engagement. And how do I do that?
asking
Ask questions.
I ask little questions, little questions. I don't ask questions like, have you suffered any illnesses in the last 50 years? No, nothing like that. I just say, have you heard of essential oils? Oh, you've heard of rose oil? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a wonderful oil. Oh, I'm so proud of you that you know about that. And I compliment them like crazy for the tiniest little thing they say. And at the end, they love me. The question that I was asked earlier was, how do you get them to love you in 18 minutes? That's it. Prospect engagement. And whatever they say, I applaud them like crazy. And if you think, oh, Raymond, you're being silly. Why? How can you applaud them a lot for doing such a little thing? Watch their face. If you're on Zoom so that you can see their face, watch them beam in pride at the tiniest little thing that they say or know.
Raymond,
Okay.
I have a question.
Shoot.
So it's about the third secret about the prospect engagement. In other sales and marketing programs, I've learned about rapport. Would this be similar to that? Like the fact that you show you care for them? Like, would you be asking like personal questions and not regarding their disease?
Never. I don't
you
care.
Never ask.
Monica,
Okay.
I don't care. I just pretend to.
Right, but like, there's no. Do you establish a connection at the beginning of the call with them? I don't know. Complimenting them about something, or talking about the place where they live or something.
Monica,
Or what?
Monica, you got 18 minutes. You waste as much of it as you want.
So it's just to show them that you care and you like them, and that they are amazing, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the icebreaker at the beginning?
No, well, so prospect engagement, I'm trying to figure out, so you do that throughout the call, through the whole call, is that right?
Absolutely. I ask them
Yes.
questions constantly. At the
Okay, got it.
beginning, if I know them, like I enrolled this Olympic gold medalist, a friend of mine. I said, Mark, I got to talk to you about an amazing nutritional supplement. Oh my God, everybody pitches me. Well, let me try anyways. He said, okay, that was it. That's the whole rapport.
Okay, got it.
And if I do a Facebook Live and I say, oh, by the way, I just feel so spectacular because I'm trying this new nutritional product. If they email me with their cell phone number, I call them and say, oh my gosh, thank you for wanting to know about this nutritional product. That's why you contacted me, right? Right. Okay, let's get started. That's it. I don't care where they live. Now, I'm not a meanie. I'm not a robot. But I want to get into my presentation. I want them to get excited by my presentation, and I build the rapport inside the presentation.
Got it, thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, there are 5 stages in my presentation. The first is the oils. And I only talk about 2 or 3 oils, never, ever anymore. The second is always the cleansers, the thieves line. And I tell the story of the Black Plague. The third is always Ningxia. And I tell the story of cutting an apple. The fourth is the closing question. It's only several seconds long. And the fifth is the placement. And I'll teach you 3 ways to place people. So, what is the first stage?
Oil.
Oils. How many oils do I talk about?
2 to 3.
2 or 3, that's it. And then the household cleansers. So what story do I tell?
Black
Plague.
Black Plague. And the third stage is
Ninja.
Ningxia.
But in
And
the end,
I tell the story about the cutting an apple. And the fourth stage
Closing question.
The closing
Seven.
question. And the fifth stage is
Placement.
placement. Now I'm going to do something. When I'm enrolling you, I will look like this. When I'm teaching you, I will look like this. So if I want to just stop and teach you something, I'll put my hat on so that you know that I'm teaching you, I'm not enrolling you. Because I don't want you to get confused as to what I'm doing. So I should have had my hat on all this time. Okay? Let me just illuminate my face so you can see me better. There you go. Okay. So
I don't understand about the hat. I'm sorry.
This hat is called the teacher hat. When I'm doing this, I'm enrolling you. Then if I want to teach you something, I'll put the hat on so you know I'm being a teacher, that this is not part of the 18 minutes. Okay, do you get that?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I need a prospect. Who's going to be my prospect? Okay, Dara?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, so, hi, Dara.
Hey, Raymond.
Hi, thanks for giving me the time. It's only going to take about 18 or 20 minutes. Do you have that time now?
Sure.
Okay, and this is going to be really exciting. Are you ready for something exciting?
I love exciting.
Okay, good. Can we get started now?
Let me shut my door so we have privacy, okay?
Very good. Very good.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Good. I'm the teacher now. What did I just do?
Your hat on.
What did I just do?
You got agreement
going.
from her. You got agreement and excitement.
And put that in the sink.
Oh, okay.
Right back.
What did I just do?
You engaged her.
I did prospect engagement. How many times in a row?
4?
4.
6.
It might have sounded like 4 or 6. And let's ask Dara how she felt. When I asked you those 3 or 4 questions, how did you feel?
I felt excited and I wanted to spend time with you.
Good. So I've already achieved. I've got a connection. She already trusts me and likes me. That's it. You want to know how I do it? There, I just did it. Joby, you wanted to know that? I did it. Took me seconds with 3 or 4 prospect engagement questions. And they're all tiny. Do you like it? Are you excited? Can we get started? They're all just tiny questions. Okay. So have you heard of network marketing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've got a bad opinion of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pyramid scheme stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to teach you now. You have to write down these 3 words. Feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. That's the only way you're allowed to overcome objections. Because if you overcome it in the traditional way, then you'll be proving that you're right and that she's wrong. And if you prove that you're right and she's wrong, you will have crushed her and she will never enroll. I'm not interested in proving that she's wrong. She is wrong. It's not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is an illegal operation. This is not an illegal operation. But if I prove to her that she's wrong, I won't make a sale. So I only use feel, felt, found. Okay, watch me. So my head is coming off now because I'm not being a teacher any longer. Dara, pyramid schemes are horrible. I know how you feel because I felt the same way when somebody wanted to present a network marketing opportunity to me. I thought it was a pyramid scheme. But here's what I found. That a pyramid scheme is illegal. There's an actual definition and it's illegal. And network marketing companies are very careful not to be a pyramid scheme. And the way they avoid it is the money that you pay actually buys actual products. When you pay to buy products, then it's not a pyramid scheme. But I do know how you feel.
Thank you. That's helpful.
Good. So when you use feel, felt, found, You've explained it to her, but she doesn't feel bad. She doesn't feel crushed. And you haven't started arguing with it. That's not true. It's not a pyramid. How could they last for 26 years if it was a pyramid? You're wrong. That would never work. But that's what you typically do. When someone says something, you try to prove that they're wrong. I never do. I use feel, felt, found. Okay.
Raymond, can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
I'm wondering why you bring up network marketing from the beginning.
Because I have to, there's a concept in selling called pre-crushing the objection. Pre-crushing the objection.
Okay.
If I get to the end of the 18 minutes and they say, is this one of those network marketing things?
Right.
Then I'm dead. There's only very few objections that people have. People think they're unique. They're not. They all have the same objections. I can't afford it. I have to get spousal permission. It's a pyramid scheme. I don't have the time. Everyone thinks they're unique. They all have the same 5 objections. They're not that unique.
Okay.
So I pre-crush any objection. Have you heard of network marketing? Yes. Have you ever been in it? Oh yeah, I was in one, but I didn't make any money, so I quit. Well, I don't want them to get into Young Living, make no money, and quit. And so I have to pre-clobber that objection. So I would say, Carolyn, that company that you were in, Melaleuca, Arbonne, ACN, whatever it was,
right,
was a great company. 90% of people in it and 90% of people in Young Living are customers. They're in it for the wonderful products. They don't want to make any money. But some people make the mistake of thinking that just because they buy their products from our store that somehow money should come to them. And then after a month or two, if money doesn't come, they quit. So if you want to continue, if you want me to continue with the presentation, you have to understand that you may simply want to be a customer to enjoy our wonderful products, and you may never want to tell a single friend, like 90% of all the people in Young Living. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you want to enroll some people, I can help you, but 90% don't. So are we okay now?
We are. Is that a true stat, 90%? I didn't know that.
Well, then you had better download the 2019 Young Living income disclosure statement.
Okay.
Do you know how to find it?
No, but I'll believe you if you tell me that's the real number. I just wasn't aware of that. That's amazing.
I don't want you to believe it. You need to, if you just Google Young Living 2019 income disclosure statement, you'll find it.
Okay.
The very first number in the top left is, I think it's 89.6%, is the number of distributors that don't make a penny.
Got it. Amazing. Thank you so much. That's really helpful.
Good. Note how many prospect engagement questions did I ask her?
Like 4, I think.
Yes, but I hope that you were counting. I hope that you weren't just letting it go by. Do you understand that now? Is that okay with you? Can I continue? These are all little tiny prospect engagement questions. And you don't even notice them when you're the prospect, but you feel good because your opinion is being sought. You matter. I'm interested in you.
Got it.
And it's tricking the brain into staying engaged with you.
Say that again.
Not tr it's tricking the brain to stay engaged with you.
Are you talking about the prospect or the sales?
Yeah, the prospecting, your questions, the way that you keep at, right? It's like, then I'm staying with you. I feel seen, heard, and valued. And also my brain is like, okay, I'm engaged.
Yes,
I'm with you.
that's right. You can't be thinking of a date tonight. You can't be thinking of your sore toe, because at any moment I might ask you a question. You better stay listening.
Okay, I'm listening.
Thanks, Raymond. Appreciate it.
Good. That's critically important. Those 3 secrets, the storytelling, seed planting, and prospect engagement, they're not just there for the fun of it. They're not just there for you to tick them off. I ask little prospect engagement questions like 1 or 2 a minute, and you probably don't do a single one in the entire hour. And you wonder why they say no at the end, because they get the opinion that you couldn't care less about them, that you're just broadcasting to a blank wall and they just happen to be between you and the blank wall. Okay, back to work. Okay, let's get started. So, do you remember, I'm telling a story. Do you remember at the beginning of the New Testament of the Bible, the 3 wisest men of the world were asked to come up with a gift for baby Jesus? Do you remember that?
Yep.
And do you remember the gift that they gave?
Well, I remember frankincense.
Yeah. Do you know what that is? It's an essential oil. The
Oh,
wisest men in the world chose an essential oil to give to God. Why didn't they give camels, for gosh sakes? Why essential oil? Well, the company I represent, Young Living, started 26 years ago to remind people, remind humans, remind you and me of the beauty of essential oil. Why was it worthy to be a gift for a king? And it's because essential oil, when you extract essential oil from a plant, you're actually extracting the life of the plant. It's the most purest form of bottled life available anywhere in the world. Bottled life. And because it actually is life, that's why it's so powerful and healing. So for example, I have a customer, her name is Lisa. And Lisa doesn't fall asleep well. It takes her a long time. And when she falls asleep, she rouses dozens of times during the night. So she doesn't get a good night's sleep. And when her package arrived, by the way, Dara, everyone gets a premium starter kit. The company wants everyone to start the same way. So they've created this premium starter kit, which is a dozen of the most popular oils and a diffuser. Do you know what a diffuser is?
it like sprays stuff in the air.
Yeah. She's wrong. It doesn't spray, but I'm not going to correct her. I'm going to congratulate her. And then I'm going to tell her the correct answer, and she'll think she was right. Yes, that's absolutely right. Congratulations. It's a little machine, very pretty, which vibrates really, really fast. And then the mist, which is therefore infused with the oil that you put into the water, comes up in a gentle mist in the room, and then you breathe it in. So very good. Well done. Very, very well done. In her premium starter kit, she noticed Northern Lights black spruce. And she read that it is good for sleep. So she put it in her diffuser and turned it on. And Dara, within 3 minutes, fully dressed in the middle of the afternoon, she fell fast asleep on her couch and didn't wake up for 5 solid hours, the first time that ever happened to her in her entire adult life.
That's a little scary. Did she want to sleep then, or was she working?
I know how you feel. You think somehow these oils are going to jump up and grab you and do bad things to you. But here's what I learned. The oils somehow know what the right thing is for you. And each of these oils actually has many properties. And the property that you need is the one that actually gets triggered or sought after by your body. So that's a really, really good question. I'm really glad you asked it.
Thank you.
I congratulated her for having a wrong opinion. Did you catch that? She thought the oils were going to jump up and hurt her in some way. And so she was completely dead wrong. And so I congratulated her. I made her right. And she also knows the correct answer, but she thought she was a genius in the first place for asking that question. Okay, do you get it? I never make anybody wrong. And also, I did a different kind of prospect engagement in that last couple of minutes. Do you remember what it was, or can you think of what it was?
You tell somebody else's story?
I used her name.
Hmm.
I said, so she put Northern Lights black spruce in her diffuser. And Dara, and I paused. And Dara, so she's, all of a sudden she's awake. In 3 minutes, she fell fast asleep, fully dressed. So there's two kinds of engagements. One is little tiny questions, and the other is using their name. Hat off, I'm enrolling again. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my God, that's awesome. I need some.
Now, do you have trouble sleeping, or do you know someone?
Yeah.
Wow, so this would be good for you. And also, if you chose to be an enroller, then that person that you're thinking of would maybe be the first person that you should call. Okay, so let me tell you a story. This is actually a double story. Can I tell you a double story?
Tell me.
What did I just do?
Ask the question.
Engaged, ask the question.
Okay, I need you to use my words, please. Don't make up your own words. Use my words. What did I just do?
Prospect engagement.
Prospect engagement, that's right. Peter, you were right. Marcia, you were right. But I want you to get used to my words so that you know when you're doing it. Okay? Now, did I have to ask her permission to go on? No. Did I have to ask twice? I said, I want to tell you a double story. Can I tell you a double story? Well, of course I can. What else is she going to say? But it's because I say those that it takes only 18 minutes to build trust and rapport and to get them to say yes. Though that's how little. Can I tell you a double story? Go ahead, do what you like. But if I don't say that, they don't enroll. If I do say it, they do enroll.
Did you also plant a seed by saying if you would choose to enroll someone in the future, that might be someone you'd think of?
That's true, but I'm not looking for business builders. Everyone in all of Young Living is doing it wrong. Everybody is doing it wrong. They're all looking for business builders, and it's a mistake. Because 90% of everyone you enroll is a customer. You better gear your presentation to customers, because 90% are customers. 90% of people who say they're going to be customers are customers. 90% of people who say they're going to be little business builders are customers. 90% of people who say they're going to be big business builders are customers. They're all going to be customers. So stop listening to their wild stories and imagine they're going to be customers.
Well, and that makes me feel a lot more comfortable about it. That's a lot more comfortable to share what a great product we have.
That's right. I never look for business builders. And I hold a Friday meeting with my leaders. That means people who want to enroll. I have 230 people in my organization. 10% of that is 23. And I have about 20 people who attend those workshops. So it's 10%. 10% are leaders, whether you look for leaders or look for customers. And I'll tell you what, if 90% are going to be customers, then you'd better do you better do a product-oriented presentation. Because if you do an income-oriented presentation, and you say, do you know, at Royal Crown Diamond, the average person, and it takes 8 years to get there, the average person earns 1.5 million US dollars a year. Wow. They'll say, oh my God, I'm in. And then after 2 months, when their check is $14, they quit. I never tell them those big numbers. Okay.
Thank you.
So I can tell you that double story?
Please.
Okay. So this is a personal thing. The fingertips of my right hand last winter for 3 months were white, flaky, cracked, and bleeding. And I would suck them because they hurt so much. And I would put cream on them and it wouldn't heal. When my starter kit arrived, remember I told you about the premium starter kit with a dozen of the most popular oils? Well, I noticed it had tea tree TEA, TREE, tea tree oil in it. And I read that tea tree oil is good for healing skin. So that night, I put tea tree oil on my fingertips of my right hand. And the next morning, Dara, the next morning, my fingertips were pink, not white. They were smooth, not flaky. They weren't cracked and they weren't bleeding. And my wife said, oh my God, if I hadn't seen it myself, I would never, ever, ever have believed it. Completely healed.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Can
you.
that help with my lips? They're dry.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not allowed to give you advice, but I can tell you my own experience. And if you want to try it, it'll be in your premium starter kit. Okay? Tea tree oil. Now, I told you this was a double story. Do you remember I told you it was a double story?
I remember.
What'd I just do?
Prospect engagement.
Peter, you got it right. Jack Canfield. Have you heard of Jack Canfield?
Who is he?
Have you heard of the movie The Secret?
I have.
Okay. Have you heard of Chicken Soup for the Soul?
Yeah, I love chicken soup.
Yeah. So Jack Canfield was the co-creator of the entire Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he also starred in the movie The Secret.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and he's been my dearest friend for 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
think I have his first book. Yeah, come to think of it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, 100 ways to engage students in the classroom or something like that. Yeah, that guy. Mhm.
Yeah, he was a teacher. You're right. Yeah. Very good. Wow, you know your stuff. So he had a black big toe on his right foot. It was infected. It was a fungal infection. And he went to his health food store and they recommended tea tree oil because, as you know, it's good for skin conditions. And he put several drops on his big right toe for every night for 3 years. Nothing, no impact whatsoever. And then when his premium starter kit arrived, he noticed that tea tree oil was in it because it's a variety of our most popular oils. And so he put Young Living tea tree oil on his toe. And within 1 month, his toenail was pink and clean and pure, no fungal infection, completely gone.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. So the reason I told you that double story is that the oils are great, but Young Living oils are better. And I want to tell you why, and it's called Seed to Seal. And this is a really interesting story. Can I tell you this story?
Please.
Okay. Young Living wants to produce the best oils, so it has to come from the best plants, the best trees, the best shrubs, the best herbs. And so it looks around the world for the best soil and the best climate in order to grow that particular plant. And before they buy it, Dara, they do something no company has ever done. This is amazing. You're going to be shocked. Are you ready to be shocked?
Shock me.
Did you notice the product engagement? The prospect engagement?
Yes.
Before they buy that land, they require it to be certified organic for 50 years. 50 years. No other company in the world has a high standard as high as that.
Wow, that's excellent.
And then they plant the organic seeds, they tend the crop, they harvest the crop, they extract the oil in the safest way possible, and they seal it themselves in their own facilities, seed to seal.
Beautiful.
They test it many times using their own scientists in-house, and they also send it out to labs around the world to have it independently tested to make sure there's no heavy metals, no harsh chemicals, no pesticides, no fertilizers, nothing. Pure oil. Now you can go to Costco and buy an essential oil, that's in quotation marks, for say $6, but it's just olive oil with some artificial coloring and artificial flavoring. It's really not essential oil at all. So if you pay a little, you get nothing. If you pay a lot, you can also get nothing. Do you remember the example I gave that Jack Canfield spent a lot in a health food store and got nothing? And so it's not whether you pay a lot or a little, it's whether you get a quality product. And all of Young Living's products are high quality. That's why they work so well. So I finished telling you about the oils. There's 200 oils, but I've told you about several of them, and they're just so powerful.
You have.
And there's, go ahead.
Just pause for a minute. So here's what I'm experiencing. Putting my rose-colored glasses on. So you know I'm already in, right? This is reflecting back. I'm not in role play with you at this moment. Is in what you just shared with me last, Raymond, my heart really opened and I'm already in. So I just wanted people to know, and I don't know if everybody else's heart is really open, but I wanted to give you that feedback. Okay, role play again.
No, we're not finished. What specific thing did I say that opened your heart? The 50 years?
I'm not really sure. You know, it was in that sequence, but I just noticed it. I think my values, the organic, the being really mindful and loving of the land, the stewardship of the organics and all of that. And then and the sacredness of it all, I guess.
Okay, so please notice this. Of my 18-minute presentation, there's 3 parts inside the presentation: the oils, the cleaning products, and the Ningxia. So basically I've gone 1/3 of the way into 18 minutes is 6 minutes. In 6 minutes, she loves me, she's moved by me, her heart has opened, and she's eager. And what have I done? I've told stories and I've used prospect engagement. Now I've done seed planting, but she doesn't know that yet because I haven't harvested the seeds yet. Okay, so if you want to know how to get people to love you, I already told you, tell stories and prospect engagement. That's all I've done. Like nothing that I've said is so amazing. And not, like I told a story about my fingers and about Jack's toe, and I told a story about a woman who fell asleep. But I did it in a way that was storytelling and prospect engagement. That's the secret. Okay, can we go on now, Dara?
Just one other thing, because I think this might resonate with some folks. I also think it was if you pay a little, you get a little. If you pay a lot, you could get a little as well. And then it's really about the value. And so, getting to maybe some limiting beliefs about some of the costs.
Yes.
And what people might. So I think that was a piece of it as well. So thank you.
Good. But actually what I said is if you pay a little, you get nothing. If you pay a lot, you can get nothing. Because anything less than really pure quality can get you nothing. And with Young Living, they do it in such a pure way that you get a lot. Now, I don't say, and you pay a lot. I don't say that. But the implication is there and they get it. And now the price objection is gone.
That was a pre-crushing objections.
You got it. Very good. Yeah. Back to
and
work.
The vibration of purity. Okay, carry on. Thank you for your patience with me.
I'm totally patient. Okay, back to work. I've told you about the oils, and there's 3 kinds of products that I want to tell you about. The second one I want to go on to now. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, and it's the household cleaning products. So that means cleaning dishes, cleaning laundry, cleaning tubs and tiles and toilets and mirrors and windows, but also your body. Toothpaste, soaps, shampoo, conditioner. And to explain all that, I have to tell you a wonderful story. Are you ready for a nice story?
Yes, tell me a nice story, not a not nice story.
Okay. So do you remember the Black Plague in Europe a long time ago?
Well, I remember reading about it, even though I'm right here, I'm not that old.
So in the 1300s, the Black Plague lasted 5 years and killed 1/3 of everybody in Europe. But it didn't kill the thieves. So the doctors at the time studied the thieves, the grave robbers, the people who dug up dead bodies to steal the rings and the coins. And they found that they had this strange habit that they would grind up cloves and rub the oil on their body, and they would grind up herbs and rub the oil on their body, and they never died. The death of the Black Plague, the illness of the Black Plague didn't touch them because those oils boosted their immunity so much that none of them died.
Season on the truth.
Isn't that amazing?
That is. That's super cool.
So the doctors at the time noticed that and started prescribing those oils for their other patients, and that's how the Black Plague ended. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my goodness. Well, can we use it for Corona, do you think?
I'm not a doctor. I'm not allowed to answer that question. I have to be very careful. But yes, if you think that's a good idea, please do that. You can get into big trouble by pretending you're a doctor. You can get into big trouble by saying, use this, it'll cure diabetes. Use this, it'll heal this. You have to be really, really, really careful. Okay, so that's a really good idea, Dara, but because I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not allowed to answer that question, but I think you know what the answer is. Okay, so what Young Living did is they found out what kind of cloves were the most likely that the thieves used and what herbs were the most likely that those thieves used. And they put them together in an oil combination that they've humorously called thieves. Isn't that funny?
That's really cute.
And then they put the thieves oil with lemon. And the lemon cuts the grease with no harsh chemicals. The thieves oil washes the grease away. And the thieves oil builds your immune system just like it did during the Black Plague. And the thieves oil fills your home with a wonderful fragrance. Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing, so I can make my kids clean and it'll make them healthy.
That's right. You can make them clean and healthy, and they'll love the fragrance. And what other people do is they go to their corner store that they think is okay and safe, and they buy really harsh chemicals. They buy Javex, Clorox, Lysol, bleach, Drano. They buy all these super harsh chemicals, and they're very, very bad for you. There's no harsh chemicals whatsoever in the Thieves line of products.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. So that's the second kind of product. And the third one is my favorite. Can I tell you about my favorite?
I want to hear it, Raymond. Bring it.
Okay, good. And I wonder if it's going to be your favorite. What do you think?
No, I'll have to wait and see.
Good. Notice, I asked her opinion, and she thought about it. Now, it was a no-brainer question. Do you think it's going to be your favorite? There's no right or wrong answer to it, but she was playful. She says, oh, let's wait and see. And so she's playing with me. If she plays with me, she's already bought it. Do you get that? If she plays with me, if she likes me, if she's having fun with me, she's already bought. She's not sitting back and saying, I don't know, let me talk to my wife, or let me talk to my doctor. She's already in my lap. Okay. The third is Ningxia, and you need to write this down because I want you to spell it correctly. N-I-N-G-X-I-A, Ningxia. And let me tell you a story, okay? There's a story about Ningxia. Whenever you're cut off in traffic, whenever someone punches you, whenever your husband gets mad at you, whenever you worry about money, a wave of oxidizing attacks your body. And it releases something called free radicals. Have you ever heard of a wave of oxidizing? Have you ever heard of free radicals? You ever heard those terms? Yeah.
Yep.
Good, I'm glad you have. And I'm going to tell you the story of the apple. One of the worst things you can do to an apple is cut it in half. Like, you get frightened if somebody yells at you. Imagine if somebody cuts you in half. You'd get even more frightened. So when you cut an apple in half, it's white on the inside. But when you come back an hour later, it's brown because it oxidized.
Mhm.
Oxidizing means slowly decaying, slowly dying, slowly killing you. When someone cuts you off in traffic, when you get frightened, when you worry about your future, you actually are oxidizing yourself inside and you are decaying yourself and you are actually killing yourself. I don't want to be overly dramatic, but that's actually what's happening. And the effects of it are swollen hands, swollen feet, arthritis, swollen joints, need for hip replacement, need for knee replacement. You've heard of these degenerative diseases, right?
Yeah.
They don't come because you went around the sun another time. They come because of the oxidizing of your body. But don't worry, your body knows this. And your body mounts an army of antioxidants to fight the oxidizing. But Dara, as you get older, your army of good guys, your army of antioxidants gets weaker. And so you need something to supplement your army of good guys. And they're, of course, called antioxidants. So what other companies in the world do is they do a little bit of research and they immediately find out that the most powerful antioxidant is grapeseed extract. Have you ever heard of grapeseed extract?
No.
No? No, it's why people who like wine justify drinking red wine because they say, oh, I just need some more antioxidants. So grapeseed extract from red grapes is the #1 most powerful antioxidant in the world. And most companies offer it correctly as a great antioxidant. But Young Living decided to do more research than that, and they researched the 8 best antioxidants. And they found to their surprise that they acted in a different way. Each one acted differently and on different parts of the body and over different periods of time. So they said, wow, why don't we use all 8 of the best antioxidants in the world and then help our bodies in a different way and help different organs in a different way? And so they've created Ningxia Red. It's a drink. It's a drink. It's not a powder. It actually comes as a drink, and it tastes really delicious. It tastes like plum.
Is it alcohol?
No. No, it's an antioxidant.
So it's not wine. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've confused you. I shouldn't have said that.
It's all good. It's okay.
Okay, thanks. So we're back to Ningxia Red. Is a drink made up of goji berry, maybe you've heard of that, grapeseed extract, vanilla extract, pomegranate juice. It's made up of eight wonderful antioxidants. And you take a little drink of it in the morning and a little drink of it at night. And oh my gosh, the stories that I hear are the most startling stories I've ever heard about any product ever. There's 6 million members of Young Living, and practically every one of them loves Ningxia juice and orders it every month. That's why everyone adds Ningxia to their first order. You can understand that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's so good, why wait till next month to order it? You might as well get it right away. So can I tell you some testimonials?
Sure.
Okay, good. So I'm 75 years old.
No.
Yeah, I know I don't look
You
it.
look amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the last time I ran was when I was 35 years old. I ran a marathon, I injured my knee, and though I've wanted to run, I've been unable to run all that time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, for 40 years. I didn't want that part of my life to end, but so be it. I was walking with my wife 2 weeks after I started drinking Ningxia Red. And I said, I don't understand this, sweetheart, but I have to start jogging. She said, what? I mean, she's been married to me for 10 years. She's known me for 12 years. I haven't jogged a step. And I just took off running. And she said, what are you doing? When's the last time you ran? I said, 40 years ago. She said, why are you running now? I said, I don't know. When I come back, I'll tell you. And for me to start running again, think about it. My leg muscles have to be stronger. My joints have to be stronger. My back muscles have to be stronger. My heart has to be stronger. My lungs have to be stronger. My oxygen uptake capability has to be better. And psychologically, I have to imagine that I can do it. And all that happened because the Ningxia, the antioxidants of Ningxia Red infused my body with nutrients, infused it and supported and cleansed every single organ of my body. My heart, my spleen, my liver, my kidneys, my bladder, my lungs, my brain, my skin, every single organ of my body. And I was able to notice it because I started running. But for example, Ningxia Red isn't touted as a running product because maybe it also improved my spleen, but I don't know how I would feel if my spleen got better. I don't know what would happen if my bladder got better. So all I can do is tell you what happened. And I also can tell you that one of the most prominent business builders in Young Living right now, he's got the fastest growing organization in all of Young Living. He is 76 years old now, and he has been on Viagra for 10 years. And when he went to his doctor 10 years ago, when he was 74, his doctor said to him, there's 3 stages in a man's life of virility. The first stage is you can perform. The second stage is you can perform only with Viagra. And the third stage is you can't perform even with Viagra. And she said to him, okay, you're 76, you've entered the second stage. So what? So he filled his prescription and he has used Viagra every single time he was intimate with his wife for 10 years. Within a month after joining Young Living, he of course added Ningxia to his first order. He realized he didn't need Viagra. He threw it away and he's been performing perfectly without Viagra. It's like he got 10 years younger with respect to those organs.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. And my sister, I'll tell you about my sister. My sister is in her 70s and she bicycles 1 hour a day. There's a route that she likes and it's 1 hour. One day, quite a while ago, she used a different route and unbeknownst to her, it was a 2-hour route and she came back exhausted. So she never did it again. I asked her if she wanted to try Ningxia and she did. And within 5 days of taking it morning and evening for 5 days, she tried the 2-hour route and she finished it and she came back completely refreshed.
That's awesome.
She can't believe it. And now she's told her husband to start taking it and she's a loyal customer for life because why would you ever want to be without it? So the purpose of Ningxia is not to get you bicycle longer or perform between the sheets better or to start jogging after 40 years. The purpose rather is holistically to infuse your entire body with nutrients and to cleanse and support every single organ of your body. My blood pressure is lower. I'm suspecting that my cholesterol is lower, but the only way to know that is to take a blood test. And so I've asked my doctor for a script to get a blood test, and I'll be doing that in the next few days. So I don't know whether that's true or not, but I'm suspecting it is because my blood pressure is lower.
That's great.
So you can see why people always add Ningxia to their first order.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I've told you about the 3 types of products, the oils, the cleaning products called Thieves, and the Ningxia. And so now you have 2 decisions. You can say, go away, Raymond, I'm not interested, or I want to try the products. So what's your decision?
I need to go talk to my husband.
Okay, where is he?
He's over there in the other room.
Okay. So yell, hubby, come on in, and you can talk to him, and if he has a question, I'll be able to answer it for you.
Okay, he doesn't have any questions.
Okay, so the only way you can try the products is by trying them.
Okay, so how do I do that?
Okay, so it's really simple. The first order is a premium starter kit, which is a variety of a dozen of the most popular oils and a diffuser. Remember I told you about that?
Yep.
Okay, now the way that network marketing works is that you agree to a purchase, a minimum purchase every month. And because Young Living is in 70 different countries, each one of them having their own currency, they have to have their own currency. And so their currency is called PV, product value. And your minimum purchase is 100 PV each month. And 100 PV is about 100 US dollars, 103, 105, something like that. But it's in PV. So your minimum purchase is 100 PV. So in October, November, December, January, February, March, you have to buy 100 PV and it'll be worth about 100 US dollars. And it'll cost about 100 US dollars, but not in your first month. In your first month, they do something so special for you. You'll love this. It's 100 PV, but instead of being worth 100 US dollars, it's worth 300 US dollars. They give you like wildly more, and then they reduce the investment to only 165. And so in the very first month only, you get 3 times the value, and then they drop it by roughly half, so it's only 165.
On my total order?
That's your total order if you like that. So it's 100 PV and it's 165 US dollars. However, everyone adds Ningxia to their first order. And Ningxia is 130 PV and 130 US dollars. So if you add that, it's 230 PV, which is a nice order. That's my usual first order from new members. And as far as you're concerned in US dollars, it's 165 plus 130 is 295. That's not your normal monthly order. That's just your first month. And then in October, November, December, it's just 100 PV. Now you can wait till October, November, December to get Ningxia, but my gosh, you probably want to get started on it immediately. So did you just want the premium starter kit, or did you want to add the Ningxia to your first order?
So what? Well, it's really expensive if I add the Ningxia.
Okay, then why don't we do that October 1st?
Okay.
So here's what I'll do for you. I'll set up your first order in September. That's today, September 13th. I'll place your first order as the premium starter kit. And because you've agreed to buy 100 PV a month, I'll set up your monthly order as the Ningxia, which is already 130, so you don't have to worry about it. And also I'll set your processing date as the 5th of the month. So everyone in my organization orders on the first day of the month, everybody. And you can go in on the first day of the month and order whatever you wish. But if you don't order on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, the company will ship you the Ningxia juice, because that's your backup order. That's like you have to fill your cart in advance for the next month, just in case you forget to order. But nobody in my organization forgets, because everybody orders on the first day of the month. It's easy to remember the first day of the month. Okay, so we've agreed that your first order is just the premium starter kit for financial reasons. That's totally okay. And
Yeah,
I'll set up, pardon me?
Thank you for your understanding.
Oh, of course, of course. And then you order whatever you want on October 1st, and I'll call you later and tell you how you find out about our wonderful products. But if you can't be bothered, then on the 5th day of every month, you'll automatically get Ningxia Red.
Okay, that sounds good. And you'll do this for me, because I'm not really good with a computer.
Right. Okay, so now my hat's on. So I'm not an enroller, I'm a
Teacher.
teacher. Did you notice that I told story after story after story?
Excellent.
I even told her I was going to tell her a story. I didn't just tell her about the Black Plague. I told her it was a story. I didn't just tell her about Jack Canfield's big toe. I told her I was going to tell her a story about Jack Canfield's big toe. And when she told me she didn't know who Jack Canfield was, I said, okay, some big enroller in the company. I don't mind if she doesn't know him. So I told lots of stories. Now I did slip in a couple facts. I said there was 6 million members. I said the company's 26 years old, but very, very, very few. Second of all, seed planting. Did you notice that I planted the seed about the premium starter kit and the Ningxia? And when I said it, you said, oh, he said it. But did you notice that she didn't know I said it? Like if I say the company's 26 years old, she says, okay, I believe you. If I say that's why everyone adds Ningxia to their first orders, okay, I believe you. She doesn't know that that's a seed. She doesn't know. She just takes it in as gospel. And she put up a fight. She said, I can't afford it. I said, fine, so you'll get it in October. I don't care. The 230 PV is what I aim for. Do I get it all the time? No. I told you that in my first 2 weeks where I became silver from May 13th to May 31st, my average was 160. Well, 160 is somehow halfway between 100 and 230. That's why it got to be 160. And that's, if you divide 160 PV into 10,000 PV, you get 62 people. That's how I attained silver with only 62 people in my organization.
May I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Well, first of all, acknowledge your excellent teaching. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Okay, so is it true that most people order Ningxia? Sorry, I just need to know like a fact around that. Do you know?
In my organization.
So it's true for you. So you're being able to say that with integrity. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And does everybody in my organization order on the first day of the month? No, but the good ones do. The good ones do. So, do you have any other question about that presentation? Do you have any other question? Now we're
open to the group, right?
We're an hour and 20 minutes into the presentation, but I've been teaching for most of the time. If I just did the enrollment presentation straight, it'd be 18 minutes.
The question, from this point on, would you take over and order for her, or would you actually go online with her?
Okay, so now I need to tell you the fifth stage, and the fifth stage is placement. And there are 3 techniques of placement. One is calling the toll-free number. And if you don't know the toll-free number, I'm going to dictate it to you now. The Canadian toll-free number, and even if you're an American, you should write this down because you might, heaven forbid, know a Canadian. The Canadian toll-free number is 1-855-429-2616. The Canadian toll-free number is 1-855-429-2616. The US toll-free number is 1-800-371-3515. 371-3515. By the way, this is all in the post on Dream Big Academy. So one thing you can do is 3-way in the toll-free number, and they will take over and do the whole thing for you. The second way is the one that you're kind of supposed to do, which is you ask your new enrollee to go to youngliving.com, and you go to youngliving.com, log out of your member, and so it says become a member, and you go through it with them. If you're an American enrolling a Canadian, switch it to the Canadian flag on the left side and go through the first 2 pages with them. You won't be able to go any further than the first 2 pages, but you'll say, what do you see now? What do you see now? Okay, click on this. What do you see now? Okay, click on that. And by the way, I've timed it. It takes 30 to 40 minutes. It's gruesome. 30 to 40 minutes. The third way is the way the company doesn't really like. but it's really fast. And you collect 6 pieces of information, which takes no more than 5 minutes. And then you go in and do it for them. And here are the 6 pieces of information you need. Name, 2, address, 3, cell, 4, email address, 5, first order, and 6 is the credit card number. Now, there's a couple comments I have to say about that. In Canada, you need their birthday. Second comment, outside of Canada and the United States, never ever ask for the CVV of their credit card. As soon as you ask for that, they'll hang up on you. Outside of Canada and the United States, the CVV must be kept sacred and confidential. You're never allowed to give it out. So do not ask for it. But inside Canada and the United States, you have to ask for it. And then when I place them, of course, I have to make up their password and their PIN. So I email them their password and their PIN with instructions to change it. And the other thing I do is I change their processing date to the 5th of the month. Because I've told them during the presentation that everyone in my organization orders on the 1st of the month. And if you don't, on the 5th of the month, you'll get a backup order. Now, the only time I don't change it to the 5th is if I'm actually enrolling them in the last week of the month. So if it's like the 25th, 26th, 27th, and I say, you have to order by the 5th, they'll say, my gosh, I will have just received my order. That's not fair. So if they're ordering in the last week of the month, I change it to the 20th of the month. But if I'm placing them in the first 3 weeks of the month, I change it to the 5th. And all that information is in the Dream Big Academy in typing. And within an hour or so, whenever this Zoom gets rendered, I'll put this up as well. So my teaching hat is still on. If you have any teaching questions, well, Ralph, why don't you unmute yourself? Ralph is one of the largest business builders in my organization. Is there anything that I've said that you want to doubly endorse, or is there anything I've said that's wrong or doesn't work? Say anything you wish.
I want to doubly endorse the product part of it. That I think the business builders will become business builders anyway, no matter what. But it's the products that you have to latch onto. And you have to have your own product story that you believe 100% in. So for me, it's Ningxia. I started drinking it in May 28th. Well, no, that's when Raymond enrolled me. It was around first week of June. But I was going to the physio once a week to get my IT bands loosened up with needles. And I've been doing that for a year. And after drinking Ningxia, I haven't been back to the physio since. And in July, I hiked 240 kilometers, which is about 170 miles, I believe. Climbed, 53 stories a day. So averaging 53 stories a day for a month, because we did a lot of climbing because it was COVID and a staycation. But that's my product story. And people say, wow, where do I sign? Like, I want to drink that stuff. So you have to have it within yourself that you 100% believe in a product story.
Very, very nice. By the way, I also do a 5-minute enrollment presentation in which I talk only about Ningxia. Remember I told you that a lead generation technique I use is by doing a Facebook Live on something or other, and then I say, oh, by the way, I want to tell you how great I feel. Oh my gosh, I'm bouncing up and down. I'm running for the first time in 4. Oh, I got off topic. If you want to find out about this, like elixir of youth, then just email me and I'll tell you all. It's old man, and it's helped my sister, and it's helped an Olympian that I know. Oh my, it's incredible. Just email me. Okay. When I get an email with a cell phone number, I call them back and I tell them only about Ningxia. They think that Young Living is a one product company. I just want the enrollment. I don't care if they know it's 700 products or one product. I just want the enrollment. If they find out there's 700 products and they want to order others, bless them. But I'd say 18 of my last 20 enrollments are Ningxia only. That's all they know about. That's all they want. 130 PV a month, I'm happy.
Raymond, I had a question in regards, it's Dr. Stacy, in regards to your enrollment at the last week of the month. And I understand that you don't place them on the 5th of the month, the very next month. You put them on the 20th for
Not
their
place,
second month.
not place, not place, processing date.
Right.
It's not about
I'm sorry.
placement.
Yes.
So if
Processing
I place
date
them,
is the 20th of the month. So then, would you then continue the third month to move it up to the 15th and then up to the 5th?
too much work.
Yeah. Okay. Because I do the
want-
same thing. I put them to the 15th on the second month for the processing date.
All right. That's good. As long as, you see, you don't want lots of your organization to have the processing date of the 29th, 30th, or 31st. Why? Because first of all, if you're trying to rank up, you'll never know to the last day if you're going to make it. Also, if somebody misses their processing date because of a credit card decline, they can never make it up because they've already blown it. But if they blow it on the 5th, you have lots of time to help them out. So you don't want them anywhere near the last day of the month. Now, I made a mistake because I started enrolling in May 15th to May 31st to become silver. Most of my enrollments were in the last 4 or 5 days. So I've got 30, 40 people whose enrollments are in the last several days of the month, and I've been agonizingly pulling them back earlier. But all the new people, man, all the new people are either the 20th or the 5th.
Raymond, you're a brilliant educator, brilliant teacher.
Thank you, Peter. You're a sweetheart. By the way, nobody noticed this. Did you notice I didn't even tell them how to make money at it or that they could make money at it? Nobody noticed. She's enrolled anyways. Now, everyone gets an email from me every Thursday announcing the Friday leadership training where I teach you how to enroll, so they'll find out about it anyways. But there are many people who have negative opinions of network marketing because they try to enroll the friend said no, and then they got stung and they felt bad and they quit. They quit Melaleuca, they quit Orbun, they quit ACN, whatever. And so they don't have any negative opinions about the products. They have negative opinions about enrolling. And when I say to people, have you ever heard of network marketing? Oh, yeah, I was in Melaleuca about 10 years ago. It didn't work for me. I said, the products didn't work? Oh, yeah, the products are amazing. What didn't work? Why? I didn't make any money, so I quit. And you went back to store-bought products, even though Melaleuca's products are better? Yeah, I didn't make any money, so I quit. Like, they tie network marketing to making money. So I never mention it. I want them to tie Young Living to the product so they'll never quit. The ones who want to make money, they'll figure it out. They'll figure out that they want to make money, and they'll respond to my emails. They'll come to my Friday trainings, and they'll become an enroller. But I don't want them to ever say 10 years from now, oh, I was in Young Living for a couple months, but I didn't earn any money. Raymond said I'd earn $1.5 million after a month. I never want that nonsense. So I don't even tell them about it. If they ask me, I'll say there's a little guy way to make money and a big guy way to make money. Which one do you want? They all say big guy. They all do. I say, well, I'm not going to tell you, but I will tell you the little guy way. Like, I won't even tell them. I say, here's the little guy way. What's the minimum order? They'll say 100 PV. That's right. That's about $100 US. And the company wants to help people get over their fear of enrolling. So they give you a gigantic bonus of $100 US just for enrolling a friend. Actually, it could be even $200. It's between $100 and $200, but minimum 200. Well, if your order each month is 100 and you get at least 100 in your bonus, your products are free. So the little guy way is that you get your product for free and you make money just by enrolling one person every month. And that's the little guy way. And they say, wow, free products? Wow. That's it. They say, what's the big guy way? I'm not telling you. First enroll, then try the products, then fall in love with the product, then talk to me. I make them jump through hoops to beg me. You gladly tell them how much money they can make, and then when they don't make that money after the first 3 hours, they quit. Not me. I make them beg me to tell them how they can make money at it. Because everybody wants to join for the money, and 90% are customers only. So they're just pretending they're going to be big builders.
Raymond, Marcia here. I have a question. Karen posted this question, which I think is a good question. How do you approach someone initially to get them to listen to your presentation?
Got 18 minutes? That's all I say. And they say, about what? I've just heard of some products, especially one that is just making me younger and healthier, and oh my gosh, no harmful chemicals around my home. I'm just eager to tell you. Got 18 minutes? That's it. And I don't call them to set an appointment. Never call to set an appointment. Call to make a presentation. Got 18 minutes? Now, if they don't, set an appointment. But don't go into it thinking that you're going to set an appointment. Go into it thinking you're going to make a presentation. And by the way, they don't show up for the appointments. So,
One thing
go ahead.
I'd like to add one thing, Raymond, which you haven't mentioned, but which comes across crystal clear, is that you have 1,000% belief in what you're representing, and also you have a lot of enthusiasm. So no matter what you say, it's the enthusiasm and the belief that you have in the core of your body when you're presenting to someone. So just, you gotta have your own personal story, you gotta believe, and you have to be enthusiastic. Otherwise people are like, what? Like, I've presented to people that end up enrolling. They're like, I don't know, Ralph, but you're so enthusiastic. I have to enroll. Like, you know, it's contagious. So the God within, enthusiasm.
So I will be 76 years old in a few days. And this morning I ran a 5K. Now, it took me 54 minutes, which is agonizingly slow, but that's not the issue. The last time I ran was 40 years ago. And I did it today, and it's only because of Ningxia. I'll never be without it. I don't want to call it a miracle because it's an actual substance. It's not like some made up thing, it's real. But it really has helped me so much. In fact, I'm going to show you something. I'm getting ready to do my unboxing. So I've got all the products all lined up. There's one box that hasn't arrived yet, so I'm waiting for it. Can you see 12 bottles of Ningxia? I take a triple dose. Look at that, a triple dose. Am I showing it correctly in the screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Why do I take a triple dose? Because I heard Catherine Tristain say that if you get sick, double up on the Ningxia. And I heard someone else say they had a torn something or other and they doubled up on the Ningxia. And I said, well, if doubling up helps when you need it, I might as well triple up all the time.
Raymond.
Yes.
So, okay, true confession. I've been teetering on like, am I in? Am I out? Every time I pray about it, God's like, yeah, stick around. And I was just, anyways. And so two things. One is you've now just enrolled me to have Ningxia on my ER every month. So thank you for that, because I was like, all right, I tried it, but whatever. Now I understand due to your story. And one of the ways that God winks at me is through Disney. And so I want to give you this Mousker for excellent teaching. All right, I'm not really, but I'm going to hand it to you. Well, I've been an educator for 35 years. So education and the way that we tell stories and engage people is super at the core of who I am. And I'm always taking people's inventory about excellence in teaching. And I just really want to honor your excellence in teaching in the way that you told the stories. You invite us to engage, you reviewed, you held us accountable. And I added the enthusiasm virtues card because enthusiasm does mean God within. So not only are you God within, you also reminded, I'll just say me, about the God that's within each of these little oils that we get to share with others. And finally, because you've taken the pressure off of having to enroll people as business builders, I feel so much more peaceful about truly sharing these oils because I love them. They're amazing with people. So God bless you. Happy birthday. I'm super, super grateful to be on this journey with you. Okay.
Wow. What a very sweet comment. And I'm here as a teacher this lifetime. I've been teaching for 37 years. And the most recent thing I'm teaching is Young Living. And I love it.
More. Yay.
With, given your love for teaching, could we invite you to do a seminar or a training on prospect gaining lead generation?
No.
I don't have anything genius to say on that. I'm going to decline that because I don't have much to say on that.
Okay.
I mean, I use the 3-foot rule. If you're within 3 feet of me, I talk to you. And I've had to be COVID appropriate. If you're within a telephone line away from me, I call you. That's it. I just have, you know, I learned a lesson in Melaleuca. I said, well, I'm not going to talk to my dentist about Melaleuca, for God's sake. He's a dentist. He's probably earning $500,000 a year. What the heck does he need to be flogging soap for? Get over it. I'm not going to talk to my dentist. And next year at the International Convention, I saw him on stage as our latest executive director. Shit, man. And so now I just approach anyone. I remember there was one guy that I was afraid to talk to, Marco. He's a professional speaker and like me, he earns a few $1,000,000 a year. And because I was frightened, I said, okay, I got to do it anyways. Marco, hi, it's Raymond. Oh, I haven't spoken to you in ages. Yeah, good. I want to talk to you about network marketing. He says, I'm in. Here's my credit card, 3733. What? What? I haven't even pitched you. He says, if you're in it, it's good. I said, but you don't even know what the products are. He says, tell me your favorite product, Ningxia juice. What does it do? It infuses your body with, he said, fine, it's good enough. I said, you have to order on the first day of every month. I'm not going to. Figure out something. I said, okay, on the 5th day of every month, you'll get it automatically. He's good, I'll drink it. Does the whole thing. It's the fastest I'd ever done, and I was afraid to call him. He, honest to God, he has no idea what Ningxia juice is or anything, but he drinks it every single month. He's never placed his own order. He gets a defaulted backup order every single month, and he likes it. He's happy. Leave me alone. And sometimes I've called a dear friend, and they said no. My own sister, for God's sakes. I told my own sister, and she says, oh, yeah, I'm already in it through a friend. So I thought I would sure get her. So I don't have any genius things to say about lead generation. I just talk to everybody. And I do Facebook Lives by sneaking it in. My genius is enrollment.
Sneaking in.
So you can replay this on, I'm going to put the link on Dream Big Academy, but this is like almost an hour and a half long. I'm also going to put a link on Dream Big Academy of my 33-minute tutorial on how to give an 18-minute presentation, and it'll be there until Catherine finds it and takes it down. because there's a couple things that I said that were product non-compliant. But it wasn't really the products I wanted to talk to you about, it's how I do it. So I'll put that up and you can download it quickly before Catherine finds you.
Raymond, thank you so much. This has been so helpful. I really appreciate it.
Good, good, thank you.
And I, as a barometer for how much I appreciate it, I just want to tell you that I would never normally turn my video on and show everyone my ugly Sunday face. So I needed to do that to say thank you.
Wow, that's very, very sweet of you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raymond.
And there's only 1 or 2 people from my organization on this call. So I'm doing it truly because I love teaching, and I wish you all of the best success. And for 90% of the people on this call, it won't actually financially make any difference to me, but I'm happy to do it. I'm honored to do it. I love teaching more than anything I've ever done in my life. So the only thing you need to do to reciprocate is go enroll like crazy and make lots of money. And if you're in my organization, for sure do that.
Bless your generosity so much. Bless your
Thank you,
generosity of
Donna.
time and spirit. This is awesome.
Thank you. You are a wonderful prospect.
Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So much
Bye-bye.
love.
Go enroll somebody today. Today? Yeah, go enroll someone today. Okay, Ralph, do it today. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Lots of love, everyone.
Bye-bye.